So after cycling against the wind, it's too much wind tomorrow, so we're having the National Championship beach race here today, a day early. I've seen basically all the big names right there. That group is the group of pros and ex-pros and the guys with the big muscles and the big legs. And I am, well, somewhere down there where it's easier. I'm not going to push as hard as last year. I'm not going to do 2 rounds. I promised Anne I would do 1. It's an exciting time because there's lots of big names here. It's going to be a great race. There's lots of wind. The beach has been plowed over by the storm of last week, so it looked like the Sahara right here just 2 days ago. A lot of soft sand, which I completely hate, but low tide, so a lot of hard sand hopefully as well. We'll be able to make some time. I'll be having to go pro on the bike. I'm hoping that will all work out. And I'm just looking forward to a nice day on the bike and just enjoying myself. Obviously, it's first things first, so this is the start. Unfortunately, the sand is so soft that it's only for like the real guys that can ride this. Most of us cannot. And so it's more like a beach marathon start with everybody running. And so did I, because there's no way I could get on the bike here. But fortunately, at some point I did. We're on harder sand now. We're heading towards the water's edge. And as you can see, if you look at the circle going away to the right of the screen, the first guys that were able to get on the bike and really ride it are way ahead of us. And then you just got going and you get this soft sand right on the water's edge, and there's no way I can plow through. Kudos to the guys in front of me. I just have to stop, get off, and walk this part. And just when you think you've got some pace going, then all of a sudden this happens. This is the women's start. They've just started. We're like 10 minutes ahead, and there goes Anna in the green and the flag jersey. We've come here together in the car with her brother and her parents, and we're going to see them race because they are way ahead of me. But look at the speed of these ladies. There's no way I can keep up with them as we go down the beach against this fierce wind. The nice part about the beach, besides being overtaken left and right, is you gotta go through these, and these are not easy, and they may have like up to 2-3 inches height difference as you go through them. But hey, it's the beach. Here on the right, there's a couple of guys that want to cut short on the right side of this little like water that's in here. At this race, you gotta get into the dunes at some point, because otherwise you'll get stuck on this really soft sand. So you gotta go inland. These guys wanted to take the right side. I called them back. They're heading back towards the left, and as you can see, it's plowing through the sand here. It is tough going. It really hurts your legs, and sometimes as you're going on the beach, you're just trying to find your own line. I've been sitting alone for a while here. I'm just picking this line because then, as you see the poles on the left side, ouch, there we go again. You see the poles on the left side, so we can avoid those, and I can just ride the sand instead of having to go through the soft sand, which is in between the poles. But alas, this is not always the fastest way to go. And here we are. This is the leaders of the race coming back already on their first round, and look at that speed. It is incredible to see them pass, especially with the ease that they seem to be doing this at. Unbelievable. Here is one of those passages in between the poles. Luckily this is quite hard, so I can swing through and keep on pushing, but as you can see, there's a fierce wind here. Probably 80-90 kilometers an hour against me. Here's Pim waving at me as he passes in his group, and I keep on eating the kilometers on the sand everywhere, and it is tough going. Here comes Anne through on the left, as she's currently in 6th place for the whole race, which is amazing. So I've been on my own for a while. There's nobody behind me either, even though there's still riders behind me, or there should be. Man, it's tough. There's a tough wind, as you can see, lots of kite flyers and stuff. And on your own against the wind, man, it's a tough day, but a great beach. Luckily, this is the turning point. This is almost halfway. Obviously, the sand here is extremely soft. I've just seen the video of the pros actually Like pushing straight through this, incredible. I cannot do that. I have to get off and walk. But oh, I really enjoy seeing this whole start of the turning point, because right after this there's a little bit of tarmac. Here's the feed post, the two women that saved my bum last year. I wave at them because I'm feeling good today, and I'm pushing through. I'm pushing through into little hills here and then down towards the beach again. This is one of the Netherlands' biggest waterworks, and so you got to cross all these stones here. Try to find a way down the right side to avoid like flat tires and all that kind of stuff, and obviously then trying to get back towards the hard sand, and that is tough going. But the good thing here is that it's the wind in my back, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm sitting here, I'm pushing, I'm hitting over 30 kilometers an hour, and then you get these beachheads and soft sand, and this happens. How about that? I'm on a roll, and I'm no longer on a roll. I'm flat on the floor, but hey, everything's good. I pulled my foot out of my wheel, and I was able to continue, which is great. Obviously, it's not a closed beach, so there's lots of people there, and some see you coming and some don't, like the kid in front of us. Luckily, his dad heard me coming and pulled him in, because otherwise I could have probably fallen over on the soft sand trying to avoid him. But this is like one of my most particular moments in the race. I'm overtaking somebody, which is incredible for me anyway. I'm overtaking somebody who's in the same race. And here comes a great group. Pim again, sticking his hand out, doing a great job in his position. And as you can see, even at the beach, when you have to go to the dune site, it's not always as wide as you would hope. So you got to give each other room. It is a busy time here. 4x4s in support everywhere. Organization is incredible. It's a lot of fun. And here comes the race leader just passing me. Look at this guy. And I'm pushing as hard as I can, and he is just leaving me for dead. Obviously, here the second guy I'm overtaking. This is one of the guys that I saw at the Laguna earlier. He rode away from me, and now I'm catching him on the way back. And this is it, right before the finish. And we're hitting the soft sand, and there is no way I can do this. I stop. I'm out of power. I'm just completely done. And the only thing I can do is get up and walk. And I'm walking. As you can see, my glamorous picture finishing the race. But hey, here's the end, and I have finished. I am so happy. And the trophies are waiting for the winners. And obviously, a lot of beer and a great podium. I've changed. Slightly recovered. The end of the beach race. This time I'm waiting for Anna because I only did one round and she's doing two. So I'm gonna head over to the finish and see whether she's coming in from there. It's an exciting race. And here she is. Anna is coming in, pushing her last powers over that line. It was an amazing race. She came in 6th overall for the Dutch Championship. That was fantastic. Anyway, it is time to clean the bikes, because that's important once you've ridden on the beach, and it's on to the next races. Germany is coming up in May for me, and in June I'm going to cross England. If you want to know what's going on, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you later.